what are the Americans known for? The American cars are known for their power. They are known for their serious engines. You know, the Dodge, the Hellcats, and also the Jeep as well. So today we are reviewing the Jeep Grand Cherokee 2016. So let's dive in. The Jeep Grand Cherokee, it's a very big car with a very muscular appeal. Starting from the bonnet size, and let's say the front of the car, the hood itself, it's very bulky. Down here, we have the air intake surrounded by chrome strips on all the intakes. We have the Jeep badge here. This is where you will mount the plates. Underneath here, we have the plastic guards to protect your car during driving on the off-road conditions, but it is also suitable in highways, in streets, let's say anywhere liko kuna cabros. It is a very good car and a very powerful car. It will jump if you're not careful. So here we have the parking sensors, the 4 parking sensors. Underneath here on the lights, we have fog lights surrounded by chrome strips with the plastic guards. Here we have the daytime running lights surrounding the lights. We have the LED lights, which uses the Jeep technology. Yeah, and I think that's it for the face of this car. So, as we can see from the engine bay, it is supported by a hydraulic stand that supports the hood. So, it's a very big engine that powers this powerful car. It is a 3.6 liter V6 petrol engine that is turbocharged as well. It comes standard with an 8-speed automatic that achieves 295 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. That is very powerful. That is a lot. This car, when you're not used to a powerful car, you can feel like you're jumping when you're just accelerating kidogo too. So if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend, let's say you're just fresh from driving school, I wouldn't recommend you to buy this car. But if you have the discipline, because all cars need discipline, because all cars can drive at 10, 20, up to 180, but this car reaches to 40. So it depends on your discipline. So there are other options that come with the Jeep Grand Cherokee. There is the 5.7 liter, sorry. There's the 6.4 liter. Both those engines use the V8 engines, also known as the Hemi engine, that is used in the Dodges, the Trackhawks as well. And there's also a diesel option, which uses the 3 liter V6 option. So if you're in the market and you see, let's say, the SRTs, and you see the Overland editions, you can find other engine options which are very powerful as well. They also have a different body on the front. Some have a facelift. They're very nice. They are very good looking muscular cars. So this car, before I close the engine, it is a guzzler because it is a very powerful engine. So if you have the budget for this car, you have the budget to fuel, because it consumes 8 to 11 kilometers per liter, which is a lot for the common mananchi. But if you're buying this, you're not a common mananchi. The Jeep Grand Cherokee on the side profile, it's a very wide car, as you can see. It has the plastic guards running from the front bumper to the rear bumper, which protect the car as well when you're driving on rough terrain. That also protects the coating, so you don't have to paint all over the car. Let's say if it is scratched by twigs and such things or rocks. So what else comes with this car? It comes the chrome strip running from the front door to the rear door, surrounding all windows, like the Volvo's XC90s or the Volvo XC60s. On the mirrors itself, it has these indicators that help you navigate in terrible weather. On the doors, let's say the windows itself, the front windows aren't tinted, but the rear windows up to the boot windows, they are tinted. The tires that come with this car are 18-inch alloy wheels that are very beefy. They are very wide, that help you maintain stability when you're driving on the road. There's a Grand Cherokee here badge. It has the roof rails on top. There's a shark fin on top. So it's a very beefy car. It doesn't come with the side supports, the side mounts where you have to step on it. But other models for the Jeep Grand Cherokee, let's say the SRTs, the Overland editions, you'll find those side steps on each side of the car. So let's go to the rear review. At the trunk of the Jeep Grand Cherokee, we have the brake lights on top. We have the LED lights where the lower light is surrounded by a chrome strip on going all sides of the car. Here we have the reflectors that help ukiendesha usiku. The drivers that are behind you, they can see the extent of your vehicle since it's the wide car. Here at the bumpers, we have the protection as well with a very high ground clearance. This is where you'll mount the plates. The other badges that come with this car are the Laredo badge, the Jeep, which has a dark tint at the rear. Inafanya hiyo chrome ya Jeep ionekane vizuri sana. There is the 4x4 badge. There are 4 parking sensors which are assisted with the reverse camera here that enable you to park well, let's say in a tight spots ama unajaribu ku exit pahali, inakusaidia usicrash your car since it's a very wide car. So since we are at the rear, let's start with the tailgate of the trunk. It doesn't have an electrical tailgate, but it just have to push this button over here and give it a bit of a push and it lifts itself up. If you want to take it down, you just have to put your hand here and put it down. So the other bit of this car, since this isn't a 7-row Jeep Grand Cherokee, it's a 5-seater, it makes the trunk very spacious, very wide. You can fit here a lot of luggages. The other better feature that comes with the car, it doesn't have a lower lip here. So when you are offloading things from this car, you won't have a tough time removing things from this car. At the bottom here, we have another storage compartment where you can store your tools, your extra tire. It also comes with a spare tire as well. It's down here. You can park here your other equipments, let's say your jump start cable, other things like that. On this side of the vehicle, we have a 12-volt socket. And on this side, we have the light that helps you when you are, let's say, offloading things at night. You can see clearly inside the trunk as well. We have this boot cover that stretches from here up to here as needed, where you can mount it like that. When you want to unhook it, you just have to pull it. And if you want to remove it completely, you just have to push this side, you rotate it, and it comes out as with ease, and you have a larger volume. So you can even load taller objects, let's say chupa za maji za Keringet and such things like that. So let's go. If you want to add even more space, let's say you're going for a road trip, you can even take down these seats. There isn't a button where you can push down these seats since it's a Laredo, but you can just come to this side. That will be enough. And you can just have ample room. Since it's flat, you just have to add a blanketi, a duvet, and you can sleep comfortably in this car. So let's go to the front row review and we show you the tech, the infotainment, and other amenities that come with the base model of the Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. So in the interior, let's start with the materials. The steering is rubber fitted. All over the dash is leather from here, the driver's side, up to the passenger side, going onwards to the door on both sides up to the rear seats. Here we have this wooden trim running across from here as well, all over the car, even to the rear seats. We have this plastic, the scratchy plastics, that also go from the doors onwards to the passengers, hivyo too, up to the rear seats as well. But here on the doors, it's leather fitted, same as the armrest that you will find on the center console. The rest of the car, here at the center, is the scratchy plastic with the rubber fitted here and the Jeep branding on the steering wheel. So, apart from those, the seats are electrically adjustable. You can move and adjust to your knee room as required. For the steering wheel, you can adjust it by pulling this lever down You can push it to come to you, pull it down as required, anywhere you like it. I prefer it to this position so I can see the speedometer, and then I lock it like that since I am a tall driver. So for the short drivers, summarize the steering. The steering wheel, you can lower the steering wheel. So what the sound system that comes with this car, it's very nice. Since it's an American brand, they are known for their loud music as well. So the bass for this car, starting from the speakers on the doors to the interior to also the rear doors, you can adjust the sound system, and I'll show you later in the infotainment section as well, to create a very nice controlled surround sound in this car when you're cruising along, while also hearing the revving of your engine as well. So the storage compartment of this car, the doors on the at the front can hold large size water bottles. At this point, at the center console, it can also hold a large size water bottle, but I think you will prefer to put your coffee at the center. At the center here, this is the ashtray. You have just to lift it, dispose of those ash, and throw in your cigarette butts. This is the gear selector, where you can set it to park, reverse, neutral, driving, and sport mode. Here we have the all-terrain features. Let's say you're going in the terrible terrains. Since this car was spec'd for the European market or American market, let's say you can go in the sand. Let's say the terrain you live in or you're going to travel in has a lot of sand. You can turn the knob to the sand feature. You can turn it to the snow, to the mud. Let's say you're rock climbing, you can also turn it to the rock. And if you want to engage all the wheels to get a lot of traction, you can enable this 4-wheel drive, and you can also enable this hill descent feature to enable your car to grip well the road and usislide yani ukiteremka. The other storage compartment is down here. You just have to press this button, inajinua fancily. Down here we have the USB ports, the aux cable. If you want to light your cigarettes, you can light it using this, or you can also charge it, since this is a 12-volt socket, if you have those adapters that come with the car. Let me close it. Inside the center console here, you can, if you have CDs, if you're still using them, the discs, you can place it here and watch a movie if you like, or listen to music. We have a 12-volt socket. You can place your coins down below, and I think that's it. So at the center console in the infotainment section, let's turn on the car. In the infotainment section, this is where you can adjust the volume as required. Here it's where you can adjust the AC for the air circulation. You can either increase the temperature for any side of the car as required, or lower as needed. You can enable the air to travel to the front or the rear seats. You can turn on eco mode here. The parking assist, the lane keeping assist, you can turn them on or off at the center. So if you want to navigate the menu, let's turn off the volume to sipigwe copyright. You have to go to the controls. You can adjust the mirror dimmer. You can look at the cameras for both the rear and the front. So let's exit. You can go to the control settings. Here we can adjust the displays, we can adjust the clock, the voice assist, the driving assistance. We can turn on or off the park sense, the front park sense, the rear park sense, the view backup, the backup camera, and you can let it delay a bit when you are reversing as well. So these are the assistants. Let's say when you're driving and it starts raining, when you turn this on, the wipers turn themselves on automatically. The hill assist, it will help you when climbing hills. So let's go to the other controls, which are the lights. You can adjust the headlights, you can let it flash, you can adjust the lights you can let it clean the wipers as well. For the doors and locks, hapa unaweza set, for example, the child control, the door locks for the children at the rear seats. In the rear seats, it's quite comfortable as well. You can raise these seats using this and lock it, and you'll still have plenty of leg room toe room and headroom as well. It's very comfortable. It's cloth fitted as well in the rear seats. There isn't much to talk about. So in the center console, the one feature that I think was considered as well was the AC feature that comes with this car, where you can either adjust the angle that comes, that the AC blows the air inside the car with. The center console here, that's the center console. The center seat, you have the 2 cup holders here. You can have an armrest. It doesn't have a throughway to place your things inside the tailgate, but that's okay. And if you want to move this seat, you just have to go to the other side. It comes with these nets for extra storage. Let's say you have books, you can place it there. The door bins on each door, they aren't the most spacious. They can't fit a large size water bottle, let's say a 1 liter bottle, but they can fit a 500 ml bottle as well. So let's talk about who should buy this Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. Who should buy the Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo? If you're looking to buy this, I believe you have been in the market also for Land Cruisers and such things like the Prados. Let's say you've looked into the XC90s, the Touaregs, big SUVs. So this is another big, powerful car that you should be looking into as well. It's raw in power. It's family-sized, very spacious. It is capable of maintaining itself in the off-road compartments. If you like to tow things such as boats and other things like that, it has the towing capacity for that as well. Since due to the torque figures, this thing is very powerful, and appeal-wise, I think it's better looking than even the Japanese Prados, kuongea ukweli. So if you're interested in buying the Jeep Grand Cherokee, it's priced at 4.6 million, slightly negotiable as well, and you can find it at Lamad Motors, where they offer financing. Tune in to Drive Dive. Thank you for subscribing to the new subscribers. Keep tuning in, and tune in next time to Drive Dive.